Here you are, class. You have long awaited this moment, and you're here. Now, let's get ready to get our feet wet as we look at what Module 1, the first of four modules, holds for us. Module 1 starts with week 1. During week 1, we have the section Ask the Professor. This means that any question you want to ask, as long as it's not answered in the threads, and it doesn't include material having to do with grades, then go ahead, ask. I generally get back to students within 24 to 48 hours. So if you don't hear from me right away, that's okay. Just give me a little time and I will get back to you. Then for this week, we have another discussion thread. Introduce yourselves. Guys, you will find in this thread that I will tell you a little bit about me, right? So I want you to tell me a little bit about you. Things such as who are you? Um, is this your first time enrolling in an online class? What year are you in college? Do you have siblings? What do you like to do for fun? Outside, of course, of my sociology class. Um, yeah, so tell us a little bit about you. Something about you that just by looking at you, we probably would not have otherwise known. All right, guys, if you're going to tell me about you, then you know that one or two sentences is not enough because you're far more than that. All right, so it's okay to talk about yourself. All right. Um, then we have week 2. Week 2 looks at the sociological perspective, chapter 1 of your textbook. Here, topics to be covered includes what is sociology, the sociological imagination, origins of sociology, and sociology and public life. Students will be required to read the article on the sociological imagination, review the lecture for week 2, review the article Sociology and Overview, review the lecture on the origins of sociology, review the article on the sociological perspective, and read the article on the sociological imagination. This week starts our first graded online discussion. The discussion this week will be what is sociology? And in addition, we will have a quiz. Just very quickly going back to the discussion, I want to remind you that for the discussion, you're posted on 2 different days, with your first post being made before Sunday at 11:59 p.m. Week 3, we will look at methods of social research from chapter 2 of your textbook. Here, we will look at the research process, challenges in doing research, and research in the real world. Students will review Dr. Morrison's lecture on research. In addition, students will read the provided lecture notes. Students will review the PowerPoint presentation, What is Research? Read the article on challenges in doing research. Review the YouTube video on research in the real world. Review chapter 2 in your textbook and review the documentary on getting out to vote. This week, the in class discussion will be on scientific or experimental research. In addition, there will be a short weekly quiz. For week 4, we will look at culture and social change. This is from chapter 3 of your textbook. Here, we'll look at the elements of culture, cultural integration and diversity, and the production of culture. Students will review the audiovisual lecture on culture, read the lecture notes on culture, review the PowerPoints on the elements of culture. Students will also watch the TED Talk series, A Citizen of the Real World, and students will review Chapter 3 from your textbook. The discussion this week will be whether the US is considered a salad bowl or a melting pot. This week, you will also have a short weekly quiz. Then we have week 5. Week 5, in essence, simply summarizes what you have learned to this point. So it will look at chapters 1 through 3. The discussion, in essence, will be a summary, therefore, of chapters 1 through 3. You will have a quiz, and this quiz will be a tad bit longer than your previous quizzes, as this quiz encompasses all you have learned in the prior weeks. Guys, having said that, we have come to the end of Module 1. Guess what? You're a quarter way into the class and you have made it. Congratulations.